The continuation of the story on page 41. So just to have a recap, she had gotten happy after a few years of being depressed, and she snapped out of it and started to become happy again. And the husband, and now the son came for Shabbos and made that happen. And now she fell asleep peacefully and soundly, which she hasn't done in years. And while she was asleep, she had a dream. And that dream was her standing in Gan Eden, in the most beautiful place, undescribable. And what happened was she saw a very, very old man, righteous looking man, who approached her and said, "Hey, would you like me to take you to see your husband?" And she said, "Of course." The rabbi, tzaddik, brought her into the room. She saw her husband giving shi'ur to the greatest tzaddikim at the table. At the end of the class, her husband approached her and said, and she said to him, "My husband, what happened? Why'd you leave me? I understand. We were so young, only, have our whole lives ahead of us. And not only that, how are you teaching all these people up here in Gan Eden? What is this? You were a pious person, but you were never a great Talmid Chacham. What is this?" So the husband explained, "Previously, I was a great scholar, but I never got married. And when I died, they told me, okay, you can't go to your rightful place because you never got married. You never did be fruitful and multiply. So therefore, they reincarnated me again for the sole purpose of marrying, having children, and bringing them up according to the Torah. And then I finish my tikkun, and I go up to Shemayim." And that's what happened. "Yeah, but how could you have died? They made a decree that you shouldn't, and they prayed for you." He said, No, don't worry, my dear. Everything was for the best, because none of the prayers went for nothing. And he explained how this was needed for this calamity, and this would have happened. And the main point here is that we don't understand. There's so much calculation going on here. But he's telling her now, you have to continue your mission. You have to be better. And you should know that he only came to her, he told her, because you became at peace with it and you had Emuna. It's the Emuna that brought you to see me. But she said, okay, fine, I understand you, but what about our son? Why was our son taken at 3 years old, so young? And he answered that this soul was a tremendous tzaddik, but he was kidnapped when he was a baby. And he was kept till 3 years old by a goya, being fed by a goya. So he needed a tikkun. You were zocheh to be the mother of this child. Okay, but why did he have to die so horribly? And he explains also how there was other tikkunim happening, that the town needed to be destroyed for other, and people were supposed to die, and he was a martyr for them. And he accepted that upon him. And you should know that he's in a very, very high place. No one can get to him except for me, because I'm his father, and you, Bezrat Hashem, when you meet us up in heaven, because you were his mother. He departed away, the widow awakened, and she felt brand new. She had the realization to keep going. So she was a big tzaddiket and got a push from Hashem in a way that we may not receive. The main Emuna is to know that this is not why we're here. Whatever we're doing now is from a previous thing, and everything is set up by Hashem, and that we can't know everything, and that we shouldn't try to understand everything, and get on the program of, okay, Hashem, Mabaref, this is what you want now? This is what you want now? Okay, fine. If this is what you want now. Whatever it is right now is exactly what he wants now. Get comfortable with it. Get happy with it. Get to realize that you could speak to him about it the way you speak to anybody else about it, the way you would speak to your friend about it, your husband, your wife, your children, or a friend. However you would speak to them, talk to him. The main thing of Emuna is to speak to Hashem. Bezat Hashem should continue these shiurim until we have real Emuna together, Bezat Hashem.